I'm Darren Wong, and this is the new BMW 316i. The 3 Series is the most important car in BMW's lineup, and this is the most affordable and newest model in its range. So let's give it a go and see how it drives.
The 3 Series is, simply, BMW's most important model. You can argue that the company is known for its high performance and motorsport models, but the humble 3 Series executive sedan has long been the backbone of the BMW range. This is the 6th generation version of the car, codenamed F30, and it went on sale in Singapore last year with 3 versions, the 320i, the 328i, and the 335i. The 3 Series is the best seller of the BMW range, and the 316 is in turn the best selling 3 Series. Why? Well, a small engine means you pay less road tax and a lower COE price. That's all relative at today's COE levels, but it still amounts to some kind of saving. This car has the same power figures as the 116i hatchback, 136 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque coming from the turbocharged engine. This is pretty modest, but it's more than enough for any kind of urban driving you encounter. Like the rest of the 3 Series range, the 316i is endowed with superb handling. This version you see here is the M Sport version, where you pay a little bit more and get sport suspension, sport wheels, an M body kit, and other niceties on the inside. It makes the car look a little more fierce, but it also lets it handle more dynamically as well. Compared to its bigger sibling, the 320i, it's got about 50 horsepower less, which means it's less fun to drive in a straight line. But at the end of the day, the 316i is still a 3 Series.
One of the cool things about the 316i is actually how green it is. I mean, you wouldn't think that a cool looking BMW like this is actually environmentally friendly, but it emits only 136 grams of CO2 per kilometer, and it does so with the help of EcoPro. It prompts you on your driving, makes you drive more gently and thus use less fuel, and it also shows how much further you've gone. For example, here I've gone an extra 2 kilometers just by using EcoPro mode, and it turns down the throttle response of the engine as well as the air conditioning.
The car is officially rated at about 17 kilometers per litre. Given that the car has a 60-litre tank, that's enough to get you almost 1,000 kilometers on one tank of petrol. The low CO2 emissions also give you a $10,000 rebate under the Carbon-Based Vehicle Emission Scheme, or CEVS, introduced this year. The inside of the car is much like you'd expect. It's well built and feels high quality, just like on any other 3 Series. The red leather seats add a nice touch to the proceedings, while you get the full-featured iDrive system from BMW. iDrive helps you control functions such as the radio, the car settings, and navigation, although that's a cost option on this model. And because it's a sedan, you get the practicality of 4 doors, seats for 5, and a boot. When we drove the car in mid-January, it was priced at about $200,000 of COE, which puts it in the same price bracket as its key competitors, the Mercedes-Benz C180 compressor and the Audi A4 1.8. So what's our verdict of the BMW 316i? Being a 3 Series, it was never going to be a bad car, and while it's endowed with a more modest 1.6-litre engine, it makes up for it by being very green, very frugal, and cheaper to run. It's got all the things you'd expect from a 3 Series. It looks good, it handles well, it's cheap to run, and it's pretty much all the car you need if you're not going to go really fast. It's hard to find a bad car nowadays, but it's also not easy to find a really superb one. The 316i is just that. Some cars are too sporty and some are too lazy, but this is just right. A beautiful balance.